Hi Gemini, welcome to your May 2020 reading. Thanks for joining me. My name's Michelle. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. Gemini, let's get started with your reading. I'm going to pull a oracle card, spiritual message for you for the month of May. If you're enjoying these readings, don't forget to press that thumbs up button below, and that will make sure that I can keep bringing these to you, so please do press that thumbs up button and share me on your social media if you're enjoying them as well. That would be fantastic. Wishing you the best here in May. Let's take a look and see what we have for you. Spiritual message for the air sign Gemini for the month of May. Spiritual message for May, please. Okay. We have her special place, finding your own safe space inside and out. Well, that's very likely in this time of in the world events right now. So there's a feeling here of kind of finding your happy place, really. That's what I'm getting. Let's get the energy around the person that you may be dealing with here in May. The energy of the person that Gemini will be dealing with. We have the card of Volcano. Okay. So there may be someone around you who is perhaps not dealing so well with the current climate. Could be that. Could be some other situation that they're dealing with. And let's get the overall energy for the reading. The overall energy for Gemini, please, for the month of May. The overall energy for May, please, for Gemini. Okay. And we have surrender. Releasing the need to control. So Gemini, let's take a look. So Gemini, it could be you, it could be someone around you, but this card of Volcano suggests that after a period of inactivity, there's a feeling here of needing to erupt with action. So it could be that in May here, after that period of inactivity, you are really kind of wanting to leap out of that period of isolation perhaps and go and do something exciting. We have the Volcano card, which is an Aries card. It's ruled by Mars and the Sun. So it's very much about conflicting forces, whirlwinds, maybe even quarrels. So there could be some kind of repressed energy that needs to be released here. Could be you, could be someone around you, but it's very hot, fiery, and full of some kind of creative impetus. So where there is an accumulation of energy, it needs to erupt in some way. Could be anger, but it could also just symbolize creativity as well. Now, I do feel that you've had to surrender, a need to control outside circumstances. Obviously, we all have, Gemini. And for you, it's may have been a little bit difficult for some of you to find that quiet place, that solitude that's needed. It could be that you've been perhaps around someone here, Gemini, who perhaps it was difficult. You know, we've been in a situation where we've been around people, perhaps people that we haven't really been getting along with, and if we've been forced into some kind of isolation with them for a long period of time, there could be this energy of quarrels around that. So it may be that you've had difficulty finding this special place to withdraw, to relax, to create that kind of place for yourself, a room, a space to work, some place where you feel you can create without judgment. It could also signify a feeling that I'm getting around this of someone invading your space as well, perhaps taking up your time or your energy. So Gemini, let's see where this goes. Again, could be you, could be the other way around. And at the bottom of the deck for you, I've got the 9 of Cups. So could be wishing for some solitude, wishing for some peace perhaps, Gemini. Let's take a look. We'll start with the past energy, where you currently stand, your hopes around this situation, your feelings about this person or situation, the strengths around this, the challenge, what may be hidden, and the potential outcome. All right, let's take a look, Gemini. Past energy for you. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, there is a feeling here. I'm picking that up as not being alone. There's a feeling here of perhaps someone around you who has taken up some of your time. I get this image in my mind of you, Gemini, wanting this solitude to create something, and someone is interrupting a lot. It could just be as simple as that. For others of you, it's a little bit more severe, but I do feel that this is the energy of the other person here intruding on your space in some way, and I feel it's in a home environment. Let's take a look and see where you currently stand. We've got the Five of Cups in the reverse. So there's a feeling here of just getting on with life, getting on with everything. So a little bit resigned, surrendering to something that you can't control. So I feel like you've gotten stuck here, Gemini, with someone that you're quarreling with. You're not really excited about spending a lot of time with them, let's put it that way. But you're resigned to it. You're surrendering to the fact that, it is what it is. I can't do anything about this. I just have to kind of suck it up and deal with this. Now, your hopes for this, you've got the King of Cups in reverse. I've got that as your energy, actually. Whether you're male or female here, it makes no difference. It's a general reading. I'm picking this up as the general energy around you, and it's one in which you seem to have withdrawn. I get you withdrawing from this person. So you don't want to give to them anymore. You feel like you've given too much, actually, Gemini. How you feel about this person? We've got the Eight of Wands in reverse. So yeah, I feel like you're kind of going into your safe place, into this place where you feel quiet, solitude. You don't really want to have a lot of conversations. You're not really interested in having a lot of I'm picking that up as actual conversation, not texts. So I feel that this is someone who's actually physically been around you, not texting and that kind of thing. Verbal conversations. The strengths, we've got the Knight of Swords in reverse. Well, the strength here is that you've kind of been stuck with this person. I think that you would rather be doing something else. Perhaps you have something on your mind, something that you want to do, some kind of action that you want to take here, Gemini, but it's coming up as the strength because you haven't been able to do that. You've had to surrender to outside influence here and just kind of stay put. The obstacle or the challenge for you is the Chariot in reverse, so similar energy there. A feeling of wanting to move on or to travel, to do something, and being stuck. What's hidden here is the Two of Wands. Yeah, you've got a little bit of wanderlust happening here, I think, Gemini. You've got your eye on something else that you want to do. Could be as simple as taking a trip. It could be more than that. It could be perhaps another relationship, another job. So you're thinking about what to do, but you're not letting on to this person, I feel. Now, let's take a look. The outcome here is the Ten of Swords. So yeah, that's that volcanic eruption. So it could come to a point here, there might have been a quarrel, there might have been some kind of big blow up here because you've had to spend a lot of time with someone that you're not really that excited about. Someone around the home, it could be a family member, you might have been stuck with around looking after family and perhaps someone older than you, or it could even just be a couple here, perhaps a marriage. Something that is a little bit rocky and you've had to spend a lot of time around each other. But what's hidden here, I feel, is that you have something else in mind, Gemini, and I feel that there's going to be some kind of discussion here after this person. I get that they're taking up too much of your time. They're not giving you space. And then you erupt. I get that as more your energy. And then you have some kind of big blow up here. So let's have a look. I'll clarify this reading. Knight of Cups energy. Well, that's what's missing in this reading. I'm not sensing any emotion. I actually feel that there's a lot of emotional detachment from you towards this person. Can be vice versa, of course, so keep that in mind. And if this is resonating, I'll be doing the other side, the flip side of this, in the extended reading. So if this is resonating as you, I'll be doing the other person in the extended reading, and there'll be a link to that in the box below. So let's take a look. I'll start clarifying this reading. Gemini, I'll start with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse as past energy. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. And the Eight of Cups in reverse. Wow. Yeah, I feel that this is you accepting the reality of a situation that you have to be around this person. So it's very much you surrendering any kind of feeling that you can control your circumstances at the moment because you haven't been able to. And I see you actually wanting to, or thinking about, I see you thinking about, I get it as thoughts right now, I don't get it as action, thinking about leaving this situation, but you've put that on hold because you know it's just a fantasy at the moment. You can't do it because of circumstances. It's more than that, though. I feel it's more than that. It's not just the external events. I feel it's more than that, but we'll see how that goes. Let's take a look at the Five of Cups in the reverse as your current energy. Gemini, current energy for Gemini. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. And King of Swords in reverse. Okay. Okay. I'm getting this, Gemini. I get that King of Swords in reverse as your energy. Again, male or female, makes no difference. And I feel that at the moment you're quite upset. I get, for you, there's a feeling of not being able to take action, and you're very frustrated about that. I get the idea that for you, I get a lot of repressed emotion actually from that Five of Cups. It's like you have surrendered to your circumstances around you, and you're feeling just so bad about it, but on the outside you're pretending. I get a lot of pretense. You're pretending that that it isn't that big a deal, but it is that big of a deal. So I get this as an exacerbation of emotional repression. It's something that you're repressing here, that you're not expressing in some way. And there's a lot of pent-up anger and aggression about that, but you're not dealing with it. You're glossing over it. Yeah, it's like you don't want to deal with it. And I feel that it has to do with somebody else. I feel that you have two options here. I've got two queens, they're both in the reverse. I've got wand energy, I've got pentacle energy, so however that resonates with you. I do feel one of these people you can't move towards because of your circumstances, and I get you lying to yourself. I get you lying to yourself about how you feel about this person, And it's building up. This tension within you is building up. Let's see. I'm going to clarify that King of Cups in the reverse as your hopes around this situation. Hopes for Gemini, please. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. The Six of Swords. And the Empress in reverse. Okay. Yeah, there's a feeling here of a lack of growth in your life. Emotionally, you feel that nothing is really happening. It's kind of like something is stagnating. So there's some kind of hope of emotional, an exchange of emotions with somebody, but you're not able to express those emotions. I get it as the communication here, everything is stagnating. There's nothing really happening around you emotionally. A lack of growth. And I feel that you want to move to a state of mind here in which you can express yourself from your heart. It's about following your heart. You're opening up your heart, expressing love for someone or something. It doesn't have to be about a person here either, Gemini. It could be love for a thing. It could be love for some kind of creative activity, love for a career, love for a place that you can't go to, or a person. For the majority of you, it'll be a person. But there's this energy around you of not being able to grow, and I get a lot of stagnating energy. Emotionally, I feel there's this poverty kind of energy around you of not feeling that you have your emotional needs met where you currently are, and you're wanting to move on from that. You're wanting to find a place where you feel emotionally stable, where you feel that you belong, where you don't feel like you are somehow. I get distance, I get a coldness. So where you're at right now, it doesn't seem like there is an emotional reciprocity. I don't feel that there is enough love in a relationship that you're in or for what you're doing currently, Gemini. And you're desperately wanting to get out of that, although you can't. And I get you at the moment repressing a lot of that energy, perhaps even lying to yourself that it's not all that important, but it really is important. Let's take a look and see what that Eight of Wands in reverse is. How you feel about this person, or how you feel about the situation. Got the Ace of Wands in reverse. Something's on hold here. Got the Six of Pentacles. And the Nine of Wands in reverse. Yeah. Gemini, the thing is, you have a lot of passion for something or someone. And it's something in which that other person also feels the same way about you with this Six of Pentacles. But with the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Wands both in reverse here, it tells me that there is a lack of movement and a lack of being able to take action, a lack of energy around this. It's like the emotions are there. I think you're repressing thoughts about this, but on an emotional level, on a deep level, there's still feelings there. But externally, it's not being expressed or shown in any way to this other person or to people around you. It may be manifesting more on the external surface here, It may be manifesting as you perhaps being coming across as a little bit moody, maybe even withdrawn. But that doesn't mean that that energy isn't there. I get it as repressed again, this volcanic energy. That Ace of Wands, I feel like it's the fire is there, it's burning, but it's being repressed. It's not being let out in any way. It's like you're containing the fire. Gemini, you're containing the fire. So you have passion for something or someone. The emotional component is there. You're not allowing yourself to think about it, but you're lying to yourself. That's clear. And meanwhile, on the surface, it seems like you're trying to keep things calm, but eventually I feel that fire is going to come out there. And when it comes out, it's likely to be somewhat explosive with this volcano. Yeah, let's take a look and see what the strengths are with this Knight of Swords in reverse. What are the strengths here for Gemini? We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the Five of Cups, and the Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay, well, the way that I'm looking at this is this time of inactivity where you've had to stop the frenetic activity around you. Because normally I think, Gemini, you're quite active, especially when it comes to your working environment. You've got a lot of things going on, you've got a lot of stuff on your plate. So what this is telling me is that during this time of inactivity, when you're not able to engage in what you normally do, it's allowing you time to get in touch more with your emotional side. I think that when you're in this state of mind where you're rushing around doing a lot of things, you don't really have time to think about your emotional needs. But I sense now that you're in this more quieter place, isolating perhaps, you're more inclined to look inward and more inclined to have these emotions bubble up, because I do feel they're there. They're just, at the moment, they've been repressed by all of this activity, this busyness that's been around you. And the way that I'm looking at this, it's about looking at your life and looking at potential changes. It tells me that you're at a crossroads, or you're approaching a crossroads in your life here, Gemini, when you're going to need to examine how far you've come, and examine your success to date, and examine what you want to do in the future. So very much at a point in your life where you have two paths and there's a need to make a choice. There is, emotionally, I feel there is some, well, there's a lot actually. There's a lot of unhappiness in your current circumstances, something not working out. I feel that you have tried to make it work. You may have been with someone for a very long time, a number of years. You may have even had a family or children with them. You've got the Ten of Cups in reverse. You don't want to disappoint these people. You don't want to upset these people. And that's making you sad. So the fact that there is other people involved here, it's not just you making a decision for yourself, that's weighing heavily on your mind, Gemini. But the strength is that at least you're feeling something. Before I feel that you were somehow repressing this unhappiness that you were feeling. Let's take a look at the challenge with the Chariot in reverse. The challenge here for Gemini, Chariot in reverse. I feel it's about this pathway, the Magician. Knowing what you want, we've got the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, a lot to do with your work as well. You know, it's not just about relationship issues here. It's a lot to do with your life path when we have the Chariot. The Chariot is about life purpose and taking action towards that. So the way that I'm seeing this, Gemini, is for you at the present time, I feel that you have the ability to change your circumstances, but mentally, I get you as, at the present time, not feeling in the right frame of mind in which to do so. So your obstacle here is first to get clear on what is and isn't working in your life, so that you know where you need to make changes. You also need to think about what you can control and what you can't control, is what I'm getting from Spirit. Because I think that a lot of your frustration here is about feeling like you can't control things. But Spirit is saying you actually can control more than what you think you can. So your obstacle or your challenge here, Gemini, is to look at things from the viewpoint of what you can control and what you can't control. So you might want to make two lists. One of the things that you can actually take action to control in your life, and one that you can't. The things that you can't, that are truly out of your control, you have to let those go because you can't do anything about them. And then focus on the list of the things that you can control and focus your energy there. Let's take a look and see what the hidden aspect is here. That Two of Wands. What's hidden here for Gemini? We have the High Priestess in reverse. The Page of Swords. And also the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Okay. So I do feel that you have these two paths in front of you. One is your life path. The other is staying where you're at. You know, you look at this man here. If you look at these two wands that he has, one is on the inside of the castle walls, meaning safety, meaning the safe option, staying where you're at, maintaining the status quo. The other wand is more on the ledge here. It's more of a riskier option. It's something perhaps external, outside. He'd have to step outside of his comfort zone here to go towards that. So for you, it's about being clear on what it is that you want, so that you can actually move towards it, really. What's hidden, well, I get it as the truth. That's really how I'm seeing this. I feel like you're lying to yourself, Gemini. I feel the energy here of the High Priestess in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse, that this is you not being in touch with your deep inner knowing, your intuitive side. And the Page of Swords there tells me this energy, you don't feel that you're ready, but you are actually ready. I do get you capable of taking the first steps towards something that you really want to manifest in your life, but you're lying to yourself, believing that you can't, that you're not ready. You know, sometimes if we get stuck in that mindset of, oh, I'm not ready, then we never actually do what we want to do, because that time of readiness never comes. So I feel first you have to make the decision of what you feel you really want, and then take steps towards it. You know, don't wait for this time of, when I'll do it when I'm ready. I'll wait until I'm ready. It's telling me that you're actually ready now. You're not in tune with your inner knowing. You are ready now, it's telling me. Okay, let's take a look at the Ten of Swords. The outcome here for Gemini. And don't forget, guys, I'm doing the other side of this in the extended. So if this is resonating as the opposite way around, you may want to stick around here for the other reading, and that link will be below in the descriptions box in the extended. So I'll be doing the flip side of this, the other person's viewpoint. Let's take a look. The Ten of Swords, Gemini. Outcome here for Gemini with this Ten of Swords. I get the Hermit in reverse. Seven of Swords in reverse. And the Three of Cups. Okay. So what I'm getting here, Gemini, is that after this time of you being in this more isolated period in your life with this special place, you know, finding your own safe space, both inside and out, actually, you know, the message with that card is not just about how everything's happening in the world and we have to isolate and find our own space in our lives. It's also about how we feel on the inside as well. You know, Hermit energy is allowing ourselves to hear what is our own personal truth. And sometimes that message gets lost if we're doing a lot of things that is busy work, you know, keeping ourselves distracted, keeping ourselves busy. So often we don't hear that inner voice. So I feel like this time has been good for you, actually, Gemini, to allow you the time to hear that inner knowing, that inner voice. The Seven of Swords in reverse here. You know, the thing is, I'm picking that up as the lies that you've told to yourself. You've believed the lie, whatever that means to you. I feel it's kind of like lying that you're happy, with the status quo, with how things are. That's what I'm getting. It's thoughts. So I feel the energy here is around you ending something after this time of isolation. Could be a relationship, could be a job, and going towards something else. This Three of Cups tells me that there may be a reunion here with someone, with people that you want to get together with. Could be this other option if we're talking about people here, or it could be a group of people, or it could be just you going to a different place, you know, meeting new people, meeting new friends, opening up to perhaps meeting people on a social level. But yeah, and I also get a message here from Spirit, Gemini, that amongst this group of people that are around you, they somehow, they could be social media, actually. It could be social media, it could be Facebook friends. You're going to kind of go through this group and you're going to sort them out. I guess you've got, I feel like I'm speaking to a Gemini here who has a group of friends, and you may, for some of you, these may be other people that you're interested in outside of a relationship. That won't be for everyone, but just for a select few of you. This is a specific message that you're going to go through this group of friends that you've been communicating with on social media and make a decision about which one you want to move forward with. I mean, that's for some of you. That's not for all of you. For others of you, the more general message there is that this is you finding happiness, finding joy after ending a period of isolation, and no longer lying to yourself about what it is that you want in your life. Making that choice, making that decision to move forward and choose a direction. Let's get a fairy oracle for you, Gemini. So once again, I'll be doing the extended reading. It'll be the flip side of this, so it'll be the same the same kind of spread, different cards obviously, and on oracles as well, different oracles. So if you're interested in what the other side of this is, the other person's energy, please do join me for that. The link will be below in the descriptions box. Of course, if you'd prefer a personal reading, you can email me. My email is gypsyinsights@gmail.com, and that email's in the box below as well. Let's take a look at your fairy oracle here. And if you're enjoying these readings, please don't forget to press that thumbs up button before you go, and share me on your social media. If you're a newcomer, I'd love to have you as a subscriber as well, so please do click that notification bell. Wishing you the best here, Gemini. Let's get a message from the Fairy Oracle. Okay, manifestation. Be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Now write it down on paper. Manifestation step 1. Yeah, it's very clear that you need to be, you seem to be repressing something here, lying to yourself perhaps about being happy with something. And I get you needing to really be honest and direct and clear with yourself during this time where you have a bit more time to reflect on how you're feeling emotionally. Make the choice on what it is that you truly want to manifest, and don't forget about that, making that list about what you can and you can't control as well, because I feel that that's part of you being able to know that you can actually change something. You know, oftentimes things can get a little bit overwhelming if we try to think of things as one big task. But at least if you can get rid of the things that you truly have no control over and stop thinking about those, then you can kind of break things down into bite-sized pieces and then step forward. And I see you doing that, actually. I see you putting an end to something. Yeah, I feel like it's something to do here with some kind of group of get social media friends or something there, and making a choice to step forward on something that's a little bit more real, something that has a future. This seems to be something here that's a little bit superficial. Maybe it was distracting you or something like that. So we'll see where it goes in part 2. Please do join me there again. Wishing you the best with this, Gemini. I will speak to you again in part 2, or I will speak to you again very soon. Bye for now.